What if your laptop could sense what you were doing and feeling, and then use that to figure out how you're getting on with your work? Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, it's actually closer to reality than you might think. Today we're going to look at some new research into tiny sensors that could be embedded in laptops to help them understand their users better. Imagine a laptop that adapts to your needs, reducing distractions when you need to focus or helping you take breaks when you're feeling overwhelmed. It might sound like a far-fetched idea, but researchers at a university have developed tiny sensors that can detect a range of human activities with a high degree of accuracy. And they've published their findings in a recent issue of a scientific journal. These sensors are incredibly small, measuring just 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. For context, that's about the size of the tip of your finger. And they're designed to be unobtrusive, which is why they're placed on the underside of a laptop. Despite their small size, these sensors can detect a variety of movements, including typing, mouse clicks, hand movements, and even physiological responses like heart rate and skin conductance. These measurements can be used to determine the user's emotional state and level of engagement with the computer. So what exactly are these sensors, and how do they work? The sensors used in this study are a type of microelectromechanical system, or MEMS sensor. MEMS sensors are tiny devices that combine electrical and mechanical components to perform a specific function. In this case, the sensors are designed to detect changes in movement and pressure. They consist of a small diaphragm that vibrates at a specific frequency. When pressure is applied to the diaphragm, such as when a user presses on the laptop, the diaphragm's vibration changes. This change in vibration is then converted into an electrical signal that can be processed and interpreted by the computer. But why put these sensors in laptops? Wouldn't it be easier to just use a keyboard or mouse? Well, it turns out that these sensors can do much more than just detect typing or mouse clicks. For example, they can also measure subtle changes in movement and pressure, such as the slight tremor in your fingers when you're feeling anxious, or the increased sweating when you're nervous. By measuring these physiological responses, the laptop can get a sense of how stressed or relaxed you are. In the study, the researchers tested their sensors on a variety of tasks, such as watching a video, reading an article, and solving a math puzzle. They found that the sensors were able to accurately detect the user's emotional state and level of engagement for each task. For example, the sensors could tell when the user was feeling bored or frustrated by measuring changes in their heart rate and skin conductance. Okay, great. But why would a laptop need to know how you're feeling? Well, knowing your emotional state could allow the laptop to adapt to your needs and provide a more personalized user experience. For example, if the laptop senses that you're feeling bored or unengaged, it could try to make the task more interesting, or it could suggest that you take a break. Similarly, if it senses that you're feeling stressed or anxious, it could offer you resources to help you relax, such as guided breathing exercises or calming music. Of course, there are potential privacy concerns with this technology. But the researchers argue that users should be able to control what data is being collected and how it's being used. Ultimately, this research is a fascinating look at the ways in which technology is becoming more integrated into our lives. Who knows? Maybe in the future we'll all have laptops that can sense our emotions and help us have a better work-life balance. I'm the host. This video was made possible by our supporters. Yes. And if you'd like to help us make more videos like this, you can support us.